Hello gamers, and this is Santanu here, and welcome to a brand new episode of Clash Royale School. In this I will show some of my recent plays to you and where I have been using this technique, and with that I will be also telling you some tips to win. With that being said, let's share you the first tip. Don't be afraid to wait. It can't be tense moment looking at open field and waiting for any opponent to attack. It even tenser if your opponent has some units out there smashing your towers. You might want to just rush your troop out to stop the bleeding the void. But that's not always the right decision. A full concrete attack with complementary units is often going to be more effective. So wait for it if you can. If you are in the middle of a fight that you are winning, however, you might just want to press it. Second tip is don't be afraid to take damage. If you take the king tower, you win. Remember that so many you have got one tower down and your troops have moved on the opponent king's tower. Meanwhile, your opponent is working on your outer tower. Let them. That means their troops will be far away from their king's tower, and it's going to be hard for them to hit your as quickly as you can hit theirs. So take the hit. Even lose the tower. Eyes on the prize. So with that being said, my third tip will be it's all about Exiler. See how I have my one tower has been destroyed and the opponent's tower is also been destroyed. The bomb tower is affecting very badly in this. So the third tip will be it's all about Exiler. Check Clash Royale is a kind of RTS and all RTS are essentials. Resource based games. The resource here is an exiler and you should be making a lot of your decisions based on the essential concept. He has thrown the goblin hut on me. I've just dropped the giant and see I don't know why giant always first move to the tower which is damaged. So the third So the third tip will be it's all about Exiler. Clash Royale is a kind of RTS and I've already told you RTS are essentially resource based games. The resource here is Exiler and you should be making a lot of your decisions based on the essential concept. If you use a 4 Exiler firewall spell to do 6 Exiler worth of damage to enemy troops, do it. If your 4 Exiler mosquitoes is just going to get some trounced by that Pika breakup by the archers, don't put it out. If your 5 Exiler goblin hut can produce more than 5 Exiler worth of goblin, put it down. Your opponent is going to have the same amount of Exiler as you. So your challenge is to use it effectively. Now With that being said, it's the fourth tip. Know your cards. This is the pretty obvious, but it's the most important thing in the game. Learn your cards and set your deck up to have plenty of sets of complementary cards. Use ranged unit to back up small units. Know which units are better against other units and which are better for damaging towers. Know which units are going to be taken out quickly once you start learning all of their strength and weakness. Start building a deck with a lot of complementary pieces. Make a few and play with them. And lastly, the fifth point is keep your eye on the clock. At 60 seconds, Exiler starts to fill twice as quickly and things get to be a bit hectic. At the end of the 3 minutes, whoever has more crowns wins. If the two players are tired, then the next crown wins. Use all this to your advantage. Say you're both working on a king's tower. When you see that end of the match approaching, you might want to make a sneak attack on one of the outer tower in order to sack the extra crown. Before the end, there are all sort of way to pull out a win, and be aware of which one makes the most sense in any given moment. So these are the 5 steps which I experienced it useful and shared with you. If you have any tips, you can comment down below. I have also made a video on a giant strategy which I think will be very essential for you because giants are very useful. In my next video, I will be discussing about the goblin strategies. If you have enjoyed this video, please give a big thumbs up and show me some love to me. Do subscribe my channel to be updated with my Clash Royale tips and tricks. And if you have any feedback, comment